feel like I need to apologise for the awful quality. Look at my hair. Woo. It is January 1st. Yes, it is January 1st, 2025. And I feel good. I haven't really been on social media today, like at all. But something that was prevalent, that I was very proud of last year, was the amount of books I read. Because before last year, probably hadn't read more than one book a year. We woke up this morning, set our reading goal on Goodreads for 2025, and when I did it for 2024, I did 6 books to begin with, and then when I went over 6 and I got to like 10, I was like, okay, I'll change it to 12, and I ended up reading 13 books. But this year I thought, let's aim for the stars a bit and put my goal as 12. Feels like a heck of a lot, but I think I can do it. If I did it last year, I can do it this year. And like secretly, I do actually kind of want to read 24. Like, who am I? I think that's like the ADHD extreme. I want to start by wrapping up the books that I started a long time ago, starting with Circe. I have 60 pages left. I'm not a massive fan of this book, and that's why it's taken me so long. 60 pages. I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to see how long it takes me. We've got my little Dumbledore bookmark. Just because he's wise. So yeah, we're going to finish this. And maybe also finish Alice in Wonderland. That would be nice. And then I start off the year, the 1st of Jan, having 2 books read. So then I only have to read, technically, 10 more books. /22. I also have a book that I borrowed from a friend, which I'd like to read that one first so I can give it back, because I always feel really bad when I like literally hoard her books for like months on end. Pausing my music. I'm very sorry for that. She's finished. She's completely finished. This book, but look how small the writing is as well, okay? I feel like this was the hardest book I've ever had to fucking read, and I literally looked at my Goodreads, like, when did I start this book? When did she get started? It was August 2021. So, if that doesn't tell you it was a hard book to read, don't know what will. That was probably my favourite 60 pages of the book. Like, the beginning I was a bit like, what is going on? And then we got in and I was like, okay. I can know more or less what happened in the book. It wasn't like a happy book. That ending, happy ending. Good for her. Circe got the ending that she deserved. Like, she was done wrong, like, literally her entire life. And she got the ending that she deserved. Like, that, what a great end to the book. And I'm so glad that this is gone. One down. Don't think I'm going to do this one now.
Was it good?
It was the perfect ending.
That's not fair. You can't add that to your 2025 list.
I have.
You just read, how many pages was it?
60. I had 60 left.
Fair. You did 60 that quick?
It was an hour and 20 minutes. It's not that quick.
I can do 60 at once.
You can't do 60. You can do 60. You just can't read for an hour and 20 minutes in one go.
I'm a bit bored.
It was a bit boring.
10 pages
But it was the perfect ending. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So it says I'm on page 24 of 112. So I probably could, but I just find this book so boring. Oops, amazing. I'm finishing things. It's something I struggle with massively with ADHD, is finishing things and starting things. It's basically, I'm impossible. But yeah, I need to pee though, really bad, so I'm going to pee first. I'm also listening to this playlist. I'm like, there's a lot of fucking Coldplay in it. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so it is the next day. What day is the next day? Well, you're on my phone, so I can't show you the... Can you see that? Nope. Oh, well, that's a bit awkward. Thursday, 2nd of January. Just so you know, it's not the same day. The only thing that's changed is my top. Just got out of the shower. Should have washed my hair, didn't wash my hair, couldn't be asked to wash my hair. I finished Alice in Wonderland. That's not what it's called. The wonderful something adventures of Alice. Anyway, in Wonderland. Anyway, Alice in Wonderland, basically. Finished that. Hated it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just didn't enjoy that book whatsoever. The fact that that's a kid's book as well. Like, give a kid a book that is easy to read. The wording of that book, the language, the way they word things in that book. Colour me taking 3 hours to read like a 100-page book, because that was a mission, and I actually gave up kind of towards the end and just started listening to the audiobook version, but I was like following it along because yeah, that one was not enjoyable. And I had to, with the audiobook as well, I got the free one because there was two like on Spotify. So I got the free one, and the woman that was reading it, no offense to her, like I'm sure she does a great job if someone has leisurely amount of time to sit through this book, but it was on like ×2 speed, and when she would read like the text, it would go really fast, and I was like, okay, cool, chill beans. Every time she started reading the text, like speech, she would do a voice, whatever, you do you, boo. That's not what I do in my head. Maybe I, but I don't say it differently. Anyways, and then she would be really slow, and I'm like, can we get to the point here? Like, can we flipping get to it? Like, if anything, speech dialogue is the quickest part of a book to read. Why are you slowing it down? Speed it up, sweetie, speed it up, come on. And then she would pause, like, after everything, every time they said something in the quotations, she would pause and then say, said by, said the wiggly worm. It's like, we don't need a pause. There's no period. There is no period, no pause required, thank you. Anyways, that was annoying, and I didn't enjoy that whatsoever. I think I gave that 2 stars, and it was probably a 1. I would never read that again in my life. But yeah, after that 2 books yesterday, I was like, I need to actually read something that I'm going to enjoy, because the brain rot that I felt, like, people say that when you read, you're like helping your brain. Reading something that brings you no joy, and in fact dread. What was the first one that I finished? Circe. That one wasn't too bad, but I don't love the writing. Yeah, so I remembered I didn't like Madeline Miller's writing from when I was reading it consistently, because it was almost too descriptive. Like, the amount, it would take like a full page just to describe the fact that it's autumn, and like, honey, I have a vivid imagination. You could just tell me it's autumn and I'm picturing something, okay? It might not be what you want, but a lot of the times when they're telling me what they want, I'm listening to something else. They're like, oh, piercing blue eyes, I'm thinking. And basically every romance book, I picture Matthew Daddario, because man's handsome as F, okay, and he can pull off basically anything. In this book, I'm finding it really hard to picture him because they keep calling him Aaron, and the only like tall dark Aaron that I know was like the Australian Aaron that went on the UK Love Island. So I'm battling between picturing Matthew Daddario, Paul Wesley, and Aaron from the Australian Love Island. Like, they're all just battling it out in my head, and I don't know who's winning, okay, in this story. Anyway, the book I'm reading is this, The Spanish Love Deception, and what do I rate it so far? We don't know, honestly, because it's really just like, when are we getting into it? Hello? The tension is like, okay, this is how far in I am. This is all read today, apart from the first 14 pages, which was the first paragraph, which I read when I first got the book, because I wanted to like a little hint of what we was getting. So all of this apart from 14 pages, and I'm not actually on a chapter yet. Like, I very much like to finish on a chapter, really, ideally. Page 139. Who am I? I have spent, I don't know, I keep putting a time on because I'm so fascinated about how long it takes me to read, and I think I'm like 2 hours 40 minutes in today to read 115 pages. Not quite, 125 pages if I'm on 140, and I already read 14. Anyway, around about that. So crazy. Apparently I'm really not a reader at all, and I thought I was quite a fast reader, but maybe it takes me a while to get in. Maybe it depends on the writing, because it definitely depends on the writing. I know that for a fact. Because that was evidenced by flipping Alice in Wonderland. But this book has a lot of pages, and I'm not going to lie, there's 468 pages. So I don't even think I'm maybe like 25% through the book, which is like hard to digest, to be honest. But if I get through this in like a week, I will be happy. I'd be ecstatic. I do really like it, that's the thing. Like, Dumbledore's noise is aggravating me. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, I'm just, when you get into the good stuff, the tension's slowly starting to rise. But I'm on page 130. I'm basically on page 140, okay? If I'm on page 140, and all that has happened is you have tapped him on the chest, and your heart raced a bit, sweetie, pick up the pace, okay? We've got no suggestive looks from him. Nada. And we obviously know he likes us and we need to digest what's going on, okay? But a pat on the chest, I need more than that to go off of, please. Oh yeah, what was I saying? You know how people say like, oh yeah, reading's so good for your brain, like blah, 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 blah. Yesterday when I read all that, maybe it was because it wasn't stuff that I was necessarily enjoying, and it was like kind of like, I just want to get this done now, like please can we hurry, especially with the Alice book. Oh my days, I can't explain. It was a draining book to read, so maybe that explains it. But this book isn't draining to read. This book is fun to read. Like, I'm enjoying it so far. Like, I'm not in the nitty gritty of it all yet, but I'm enjoying where it's going. Like, I'm getting it, and I'm eager to read more. I want to read more. If this flipping like numb headache-ness thing goes away. So I showered, even though it's like 8 p.m. to make myself feel a bit better, and hopefully it went away, and I do think it's gone away a bit. Everything is hard, like, I don't know why. I can't tell you the brand right now because obviously it's thingied up. Does it tell me down here? Co-Fresh snack foods, okay? And it is number 1 Italian snack brand. Italian, am I dumb? I've just read how many pages of a book and I can't read. Yeah, anyway. Number 1 Indian snack brand. These are 30% less fat than regular chips. These, fantastic. These ones are peri peri, I believe, and they also have a lemon herb. If you take one thing from this video, it's these, okay? Best things ever. I feel like the chapters are quite long, to be honest. I don't know how long a normal chapter would be, but a 10-page chapter sounds quite nice, and this one has been 26 pages in a chapter. Are you trying to kill me? Well, hopefully you saw it quickly there. It's the 3rd. It's Friday, January the 3rd. I feel like I'm just doing a bit of a reading vlog, but you know what? I'm not mad about it. Not that it's very exciting because I'm still reading the same book, but I feel like that's kind of normal. Today, because I had to wake up early because I was working, I was like, oh, I'm up early. I have more hours in the day to read now, and I have longer breaks in between if I need. So far, it's like 5:30, and I've read 130 pages, I believe, and yesterday I read a total of 160. So we're only 30 pages off of what I was yesterday, and it's 5 p.m. So potentially we're getting to that same mark again. I think this is the longest book I've ever read if I finish it, which I feel like I have to finish it. Like, I feel committed now. I do like the story. Getting into it. So we're currently on page 304. I'm being completely honest, we're on page 304 and we only just got to Spain. The book is called The Spanish Deception, and the biggest deception of this book is that more than half of it wasn't even in fucking Spain, okay? And I feel like the whole beginning part could have been condensed so much more than it was, because there's still things we don't know. They still haven't even kissed, okay? I'm like 60-something% through this book and they haven't even kissed, even lightly, okay? Nada. Nothing, okay? What is that? What is that? Anyways, don't get me started. So yeah, I do think I'll read a bit more today, hopefully, and potentially I can finish it tomorrow, but I don't want to well, tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow is Saturday, I'm not working, so potentially, I want to say by the end of the week. I want to say that, but I also don't know. One of the hardest things is like finishing a book and then starting another one. And because that overwhelming decision of now I have a stack of books, which one do I choose from it? And I don't know. You might ask, which book are you? I do not know. I want to pick a smaller one because this one was a bit of a challenge. I'm not going to lie. And you probably think like, well, you didn't have to read it as fast as you're like trying to read it. And you're like, agree. Fully agree. But I am enjoying it. I am. And also, you know how I said before, like, I don't know who to picture. Like, I'm really struggling. I'm picturing Aaron from Australian Love Island. I'm picturing just Aaron from Love Island, Matthew Daddario, because he's a go-to for me to picture in books like this. And didn't I say someone else? Anyway, now I'm picturing Tom Welling from Smallville, and it works. It works. He is gorgeous. He's like, obviously, like, wow. Oh yeah. And they refer to him as Clark Kent, so it makes complete sense. And I'm like, yeah. I get it, girl. This man is clearly in love with her, and how does she not? She just thinks it's a game. Like, what? When is she going to tell him she has real feelings for him? And I know she's going to put it in her mouth and be like, oh, but it's all fake, right? And it's going to hurt his feelings, and he's not going to reveal how he really feels. Or he might, and then she'll be like, oh, but I'm too scared. So I'm going to say no because of stupid fucking Daniel. No one gives a shit about Professor Daniel. I'm sorry, but you really haven't hyped him up very much. I don't see what you saw in him, and to the point where you're so traumatised by him. Anyways, but then what do I read next? See, I'm really looking forward to reading A Funny Story by Emily Henry. Like, I'm so looking forward to it, but it is another big one. And I also, like, people rave about that book. People are like 5 star, like 1,000%, yes, like, best book I've ever read. I want to savour it. I really want to savour it. I really do, but then what am I saving it for? And, oh my god, excellent, amazing, fantastic, sensational news. We're actually getting a new bookshelf. Yeah, we are. And I think our word of book order is coming. Yeah, it is, maybe. So, like, exciting. And our new bookshelf is supposedly solid wood. Check. And 50 quid. Check. Cha-ching. Off Facebook Marketplace. Get in there. Get in my bag. Get in my flat. So, amazing stuff. Really, truly. We've got a beautiful little Nicholas here. She's not really actually enjoying the cuds, but she does love me, so I think she just wants to settle of her own accord. It's Saturday, the 4th of January. This is the 4th day in my reading vlog. And guess what? We've got 130 pages left of this book. Do I think I can do it? I can do it. Will I do it? Fingers crossed. I hope I can. Hopefully I have the mental capacity to do this today. It's a Saturday, I don't have anything else I'm doing, but I also already left the house, and I left the house to do something quite exciting, might I add. I ran out of my house this morning. I ran like the wind because there were 4 of this thing in stock. I was thinking about it last year when I started reading, and I was like, I don't know, I've got my iPad, blah, 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 blah. I think you know where I'm going with this. And there was only 4 in stock at this place, and it was like the closest place to me that wasn't even close, that I could get it today, because I didn't want to wait a week, especially when I'm hoping to finish this book today, even though I do have a stack of 7 books and another 5 books that are hopefully being delivered today. Someone stop me, but also someone don't stop me, actually, because this is a good fucking habit to be in, okay? If you try and stop me, look in the mirror, do some self-reflection, okay? Why are you unhappy in your life that you're trying to stop my habit? My hobbies. Anyways, because I was determined to get one of these 4, and I was worried because they were sold out basically everywhere, or not sold out everywhere, but like really not easy to get. Like none of the Currys had them, like no other places that I thought would have them had them, like literally nowhere. Like Argos, no. Currys, no. I'm trying to think of where else might have them, but I was literally Googling Amazon. No, they didn't even have it for next day delivery. And I was like, well, what's going on here then? Like, what's happening? So here I was searching up, and it was like 4 left in stock at this location. I thought, well, I have to get out ASAP, because what if they go? What if they go? What am I going to do? Wait a week? Don't think I could do that. What did I get, you might ask? I bought a Kindle. I did splash and buy a Kindle. Set it up. Maybe there's a video about that coming up. I don't know if it's very interesting or what. We've added my Apple books on there. That's why these ones don't have any covers on there. We've only got 3 Apple books that I haven't read. And we've got a bunch of Prime reading, which come free with Amazon Prime, which is amazing. We've got Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, I have the physical copy, but I'm excited nonetheless. We've got 2 novellas. We've got Cruel Winter with You. I keep clicking them open, and now they keep saying that I've read them 1%, 2%, 3%. Don't be silly, okay? I haven't read any of you yet. But love it. And when you pick up a book, like I accidentally clicked on Cruel Winter with You. Why am I picking winter at books up? Anyways, clicked on it, yeah, so I opened it. That's the last book I opened and was like reading, and then it's right there in the middle, so you can just pick up where you left off, and it can calculate your like average reading speed. So it can be like, this is how many minutes you've got left of this chapter, this is how long you've got left of the book. Isn't that insane? So I could be reading. Also, because I bought this, I get 3 months free of Kindle Unlimited. Just have to approve the thing, which I think is on Elliot's email, so he has not done that. And then I get to download a whole bunch more books, which is actually extremely exciting, because the Elsie Silver books that I have physical copies of, I can get for free with Amazon Kindle Unlimited. So I can have like a physical and a digital copy. So I can like read in the bath, or I can like go out and like read without bringing a book and like damaging the pages, because I like my books to be pristine. How do I feel about this book so far? Obviously I haven't finished. Hopefully I will finish today and I'll give you like my final thoughts. But they have not kissed. Is this a slow burn? They already love each other. They just haven't kissed, and they haven't admitted it to each other just yet. Although he kind of has admitted it. And so I don't know what's wrong with her. We haven't found out the backstory about what happened with Daniel and why she's so against dating someone that has authority over her. Which, like, obviously it makes sense why you would be hesitant of that, and probably why you'd be even more hesitant if you got burnt in the past. But we haven't learned about the past. I'm just thinking, like, surely it can't be that bad. But then she did literally leave the country and start a life in a different country, so maybe it was that bad. And I'm getting to my wit's end. It took me halfway through the book, you get to Spain. So you get to Spain like 230 pages into the book. Okay, and so much of the beginning could have been condensed. It did not need to be a 460, 70 page book, okay? That's my opinion. But am I enjoying it? Yeah. Am I a bit like, why was this so long to get to this bit? Yeah. What am I kind of verging on now? A 3.5. But it is, we have confirmed it is Tom Welling. Tom Welling is this man. And chapter 19. Just like, what? Chapter 23. I got halfway through and then I needed a bit of a breather. I did, I'm not gonna lie. I needed to pause. I needed some time to digest. I was left conflicted because some words that were being used, I was like, ugh, no thank you. Like, no thank you. And some of the things were described as a bit like, don't like that one bit. So yeah, don't know, like some of it was nice, you know, and then some of it was like that, so I'm feeling a bit mixed emotions about it, to be honest, but I like how it ended, you know. 60 or 70-ish pages left, 3 chapters and an epilogue to go. Can't quite believe it. I feel like this reading vlog has been a bit boring because I've just mostly been reading this book. We're on day 3 of reading this book, which isn't bad. Like, I just feel like it's a bit boring. Like, should I be updating you every day? I just feel like I'm reading a lot every day. So that's, to me anyway. So that's why I'm like updating you daily. But I think this is pretty steady at a 3.5, if I'm being honest. Don't really like, I really love the progression. The enemies to lovers, I don't think that it was done dirty. Like, you know, when it's a bit like, that just is such an unreasonable, like, I read a book, I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember. Wish I could remember, but I can't. But it was about, you know, a girl, she was a librarian, she was living with her brother who was like insta famous, and his best friend from his childhood was coming to work at the university that she was a librarian at, and they were enemies because she fancied him and she wanted to kiss him like when they were 15, and he didn't kiss her. And then she's like, he's my nemesis. What, because he didn't kiss you, sweetie? Calm down. And that to me was like ridiculous. But this, like, a work person that always shows you up, makes you look like you're late all the time, talks you down to your boss. Yeah, get it. Yeah, just some of the wording I'm a bit like, could be creepy. Could be creepy, definitely. I don't know if I'm going to smash this all out now, or if I'm going to take a bit of a break. I might read this chapter. It's probably a flippin' long one, let's be real. So I don't know. The long chapters also make it quite hard for me because I just can't commit to doing... It's 30 The next chapter's 30 pages. So don't know if I can bring myself to do that. But then I only have 30 pages left. /40. So can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Don't know. Okay, quick recap because Elliot is listening to music in the background. Finished the book. It's 6:30 now. It's definitely a 3.5. The last chapter, like the last bit of the last chapter, did have me weep a bit, I'm not gonna lie. It pulled it out of me. But yeah, it was actually a good book. So we're now on to the next book, which I think will be on the Kindle and I think will be a novella. Maybe I'll do Cruel Winter with You then, and that's by Ali Hazelwood, and I haven't read a book by her, but I'm very aware of how loved her romance books are. Here we go. Probably not going to start it now. 3% in, just on chapter 1. Amazeballs. Hi people, we're back on the phone. So sorry if the quality is awful. I started editing my reading vlog yesterday. It's quite a long one, so I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. It's the 5th of January now, Sunday. But I'm now on my next book and I'm reading up my Kindle. This cover came today and my stickers, so it's decked. My pop socket's coming later today. This is going to be right here. Cuties. So I'm reading a novella. It is Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. And I'm 50% through it already. I started it yesterday and I'm 50% through. I could have finished it yesterday perhaps, but I was tired and I did just literally finish the Spanish Love Deception, so I didn't care too much to like push myself to finish it. So I'll finish that today. And then maybe I'll start my next book. I don't know. I kind of want to read another one on my Kindle because I'm obsessed. Plus it looks so cute now. I'm like, I just want to pick it up all the time. But some absolutely fantastic news. I got some more books on Kindle Unlimited. I got ones I'm really excited about is Elsie Silver's Wild Love and Wild Eyes. Liking it so far, honestly. It's really easy, like super duper easy. So if you're someone that isn't a big reader and you want something like really short, sweet, a bit romancy, like I'm 50% through, nothing super romancy's happened. It's a bit like, it's obviously never going to be a 5-star, it's a novella, but it's just looking like a 3 to me. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it's like a friends to lovers little thingy, like childhood friends, and just some of it's a bit like creepy. It's just a bit like, if someone said that to me in real life, I would be a bit scared. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited about Wild Love and Wild Eyes. I also got the whole Harry Potter series on here because they were all on Kindle Unlimited. However, I then had to Google after like, do Kindle Unlimited books disappear if I stop paying for it? And it was like, yeah. So basically if I was to read them all, I'd have to read them in the next 3 months / continue paying for Kindle Unlimited, which I don't know if I want to do that yet. We'll see how much I'm reading on the Kindle as to whether I want to do that. Only on chapter 3, but
Did you just say something?
yeah, I'm filming a little book update. No, why would I talk to you? I didn't even know you were out there.
I literally just came out into the hallway and you went, hello. Or something
Hello?
like that.
I didn't say hello.
Sounded like a hey cutie.
No.
What did you say?
Chapter 3.
I thought you went, hey cutie.
Okay, guys. The quality is just so bad. Okay, so this is my Kindle fully decorated now. I've got the pop socket on. It's a little bit annoying. Did they just move? I finished the novella. What was it called? We finished it. There it is in the little finished. I think I rated it a 3. It was good. It was short. It was sweet. Like, really great for people that aren't really big fans of reading, but they maybe want to get into reading and they want to like test the waters with a romance. That one was quite good. I know there's like a series of them. Can't tell you for the life of me what the series is called, but it literally says it in brackets beside it. So there's like a bunch of other authors that wrote little novellas a part of that series. So if you are someone that wants to get into reading this year and you want to start with small books, easy to digest, to follow along, very quick paced, then there you go. That's my suggestion to you. So I think this is the next book I'm going to read. I think I'm going to finish this reading vlog here because it's Sunday. Don't remember when I started the reading vlog. I started it on the 1st of Jan. Yeah, so 1st of Jan was on Wednesday and I started the vlog on that. So it's actually only been like a 5-day little reading vlog, but I think I'm going to finish it there because it is the end of the week, and I might start this book today, but I might start it tomorrow. I kind of want to start it today, but I'm kind of deterred because although it's a shorter book and that is what I'm craving, and I really like the idea of this book, I've just been absolutely devouring books this week, and like, who was going to tell me? Not who was going to tell me, but just like, I'm quite proud of myself. Not that I expect myself to continue at the pace that I'm going at because it's a bit ridiculous, but I am just enjoying it right now and I'm feeling quite motivated. And with ADHD, motivation, especially my motivation, does, I don't know what the saying is, ebb and flow frequently. If you're reading anything, that is amazing. I think because I'm like devouring a lot of BookTube right now, that I feel a bit inferior to them because they consume so many books, like having their Wrapped be like 130, 180 books, like 60 books even. I'm just like, how is that possible? Literally how? Especially when the books are like 400, 500, 600 pages. Like, sorry. Yeah, it's crazy to me, but if you're reading anything, that's good. If you read more than you did the year prior, that's good. If you didn't because you had more things on your plate, that's still good. And I'm just trying to remind myself, I'm saying it to you, but I'm also saying it to me because I feel like what I've done this week is more than I've done in a short time in my entire life. And I feel quite proud of that, but I also feel like I don't want it to become a chore, and I just want to enjoy it, and I have been enjoying it, but I don't want it to get to the point where I'm not because I'm overdoing it. So don't look at this video and think like, oh, she does this every week, because I've never done this before in my life. And as much as I'd like to start more reading like consistently and maybe some more reading content on my channel because I am enjoying it, there's also the chance that the hobby disappears from my brain, and I don't ever do a book video ever again, and that's completely fine too. That's my piece. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more book videos, let me know. If you have any book recommendations, I'm definitely a romance girly. I don't think I'm a romantasy. I can't build what they want me to build in my head. So, but I've never really tried one. So if you have like a really easy one, I do really want to read Divine Rivals, which is like very low-key fantasy, more so romance. Did I say romantasy? Low-key fantasy, heavy on the romance, I think, from what I've heard. So I do kind of want to read that. I don't know how long that is. Light-hearted romance. We like the cutesy, longing romance. A little bit of smut here and there, a little bit of spice. Everything nice. But I don't think I'm really a dark romance girly either, so if you have any book recommendations, the books that I absolutely love, for reference of what I really enjoy, Sarah Adams, Practice Makes Perfect. That book is probably the only book that I've ever rated 5 stars, and I don't even think I fully committed to the 5-star. I think I said like a 4.75. That one, I wish I could read it again for the first time. Honestly do, and I wish I could eat it up and devour everything. Maybe I probably will. I feel like I will read it again at some point because I just loved it so much. Also, Hate Mail. I really enjoyed Hate Mail, and Night Shift by Anne someone, which I just picked up in Asda, discounted price. Picked it up, read it in a day. Thought, oh my god, really enjoyed that one too. So, anyways, thank you for watching. If you got this far along in the video, thank you very much. And yeah, subscribe if you want. Sorry about my presence, my appearance, and also my fluffy jumper. It's cozy. Sitting here in my fluffy fucking jumper with my bottle of water, my snacks. This is my current snack of choice. It's delicious. I'm reading a book or my Kindle. Couldn't be happier. A newfound happiness this year. Well, actually, I found it last year. But, okay, bye.